In this Chicago Servers tutorial, we'll be going over how to configure your new FiveM server with Chicago Servers. First, check your email for the control panel login information. Then, log into the control panel located at cp.chicagoservers.co. Once there, your FiveM server should be automatically pulled up once you log in. First, you'll need to make sure that it's running. Secondly, we need to configure txAdmin. txAdmin is the secondary control panel that's FiveM geared and allows for even greater control over your server. First, open Web Console in a new tab, and then open txAdmin in another tab. Once you open the Web Console, it will give you an HTTP address to access the Web Console app, which should be the next window, also featuring the PIN for initial registration. In this case, the PIN is 3567. Once at txAdmin, type the PIN number in the Web Console. Then, click Link Account. It'll bring you to the cfx.re page and ask you to log in. Once signed in, it'll ask you if you want to authorize txAdmin to use your CFX account. Click Continue. Once that's done, it'll ask you to type in a backup password to access txAdmin in case CFX is down or you otherwise cannot access your CFX account. Once that's typed in, click Save. Now, txAdmin will walk you through the steps to configure your server how you like. First, pick a server name. Once that's done, click Next. This is the most important part of the process. It'll ask you how you wish to set up your server. You can use a popular template such as ESX or QBCore. You can load local server data. This is for more advanced users who may be electing to upload their files manually via FTP. Our support team can also help with this process. A remote URL template, which is also for advanced users, or a custom template. Let's go with popular. Now you'll have CFX default, which is just a base server, QBCore framework, which is RP based framework, or ESX legacy, which is older RP framework, more menu based, similar to QBCore. In this case, let's launch a QBCore server. Select the data location where your server files will be deployed to. You can change the path. However, do not change anything past tx data. Do not change anything from home to your server ID number. Click Save. Now, go to Recipe Deployer. This is a review of the recipe that will be installed onto your server. There's no need to change any of this, and you can scroll to the bottom. Click Next. First, you need your CFX license key, which you can access from the Keymaster. Open that in a new tab, and it will log you in. It'll ask you to sign in to the CFX Keymaster. Click New Server. Type display name for your own. Initial server IP address is going to be the IP address located in the control panel. Do not include the port number. And for server type, pick Dedicated Server. Type in something in this box and then complete the CAPTCHA. Once that's done, you'll have a server license key. For demo purposes, we're going to use a pre-made key that I already have. This is where it gets a little more advanced, but bear with us. For this recipe, we need to create an SQL database. An SQL database is an external storage location hosted by us that allows your server to store non-file based information such as user accounts and other server configuration parameters. This can be easily done within the Chicago Server's control panel. Open up the MySQL manager within the left menu, and once there, create a new database. On the right side, type in something similar to FiveM. Select the server that it's for, and then click Create. Your SQL database is now created. You have the host information, the database name, the user, and the database password. For the host, put chicagoservers.co. For the username, copy the username field. For the password, copy the password field. For the database name, you can just leave that blank. And then click Run Recipe. Again, only after ensuring that all fields are properly filled out. Now, click Run Recipe. If you receive an error message, ensure that all fields are properly filled out. In this case, it looks like the name and the username were incorrectly copied. So we'll go back to database user, fix that, click Run, now we're good to go. txAdmin will now install QBCore as the selected recipe onto the server. Following that, we'll need to make one more change and the server will be good to go. Once the script is done, you'll see that the bar turns green. Click Next. There's one more thing that we need to change within your new server.cfg file. Go back to the Chicago Server's control panel and take a note of what the port number is for your server. It's the set of numbers after the colon under connection information. In this case, our port is 30140. Go back to the server deployer and change false to 30140. Again, ensure that you're using your correct port number. It may be this or it may be different. After that's done, change your max clients to the maximum number allowed under your license key. Please note that unless you have an upgraded license key through CFX, even if you have more slots purchased through Chicago Servers, it will stop your server. In this case, the license key is only authorized for 32 slots, so that's what we'll set it to. Our host name, that Chicago Servers is greater than ZAP and built with QBCore, can be modified. In this case, we'll take off all the extra noise. Scroll down, click Save, and Run. You are now logged into txAdmin and your server is now booting. If you have any error messages within the console, please check your configuration settings. Again, it's worth noting that txAdmin is a separate control panel compared to the Chicago Server's control panel. Your server will need to be running within the Chicago Server's control panel in order to access txAdmin. Our control panel manages the actual server process that runs the executable file. txAdmin is a secondary, lower level control panel, and by lower level we mean within the infrastructure level of our server. It is FiveM based and geared towards, and has a lot more advanced great features that are more geared towards FiveM, but it is a software level control panel. Within txAdmin, you can stop and restart your server, send announcements, and so forth. You can manage your players, you can add yourself as an admin, manage bans, add additional logins for txAdmin. Just bear in mind this is a separate setup from the Chicago Server's control panel. If you have any questions regarding this process, feel free to reach out to us via support ticket or via live chat in the Chicago server's control panel using the blue icon in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. If you need assistance setting up or configuring your FiveM server, our team is happy to do so. If you feel like things were misconfigured or improperly installed and you'd like a fresh start, you can easily reinstall your server by going to More, and then click Reinstall, and that will install all the files fresh, and you can start this video over to reinstall your server to your liking. Don't mind the server name, this is just cached because it used to be a Rust server and now it's FiveM. If you have any questions, feel free to contact our team and we'd be happy to help get you configured, set up, and ready to go. Thanks for choosing Chicago Servers.